In section 2 of unit 14, we're going to be talking about mutually exclusive events. As a matter of fact, those are the first two words that we're going to talk about. The word mutually exclusive, otherwise known as the word disjoint. Those disjoint events or mutually exclusive events are ones that can never happen at the same time. You're either in this group or you're in that group. Like, you can't be in both groups at the same time. For example, if you were born in Fresno, you might be in this group. If you were born in Clovis, you might be in this group. Can you be born in Fresno and Clovis at the same time? I don't know if that's possible. Maybe. I don't think so. I might be able to come up with one scenario, only one. Maybe you were born in an ambulance and the ambulance was traveling to the hospital and it was on Willow and you were born on the dividing line between Clovis and Fresno. That's the only thing. But even so, southbound is in the Fresno side, northbound's on the Clovis side. I still think you'd be in one town or the other. I don't know. Just saying. I don't see it happening. You're either in one group or you're in the other. That's what mutually exclusive means. You're either, let's use a deck of cards. Maybe you're in the diamonds. Maybe you're in the clubs or the spades. You cannot be a diamond and a spade at the same time out of 52 cards. We're not talking about jokers, and I know a lot of you are jokers in here. Okay? So what you're going to do today, you're going to be finding probabilities. And remember, it's always out of total possibilities unless otherwise stated, which we will talk about a difference of that in section 3. So keep in mind, the hardest part are the words and or. There's a difference between and or. And means it has to belong to both. If I'm saying something is in A and B, we're talking about this red section, which is the overlap between A and B. This is the stuff that's in both, the and. The other thing that I want you to think about is, if I said, what's in A and B of something that is mutually exclusive, there is a possibility that it's not in both. What is in this and in that? Nothing. So sometimes your probability can be 0 if you have to try to find what they have in common and they're in different groups, or if they're mutually exclusive. The word or, on the other hand, is what's in this or in that. You add the group A, how many are in group A and how many are in group B together, and so on, or event A and event B. If it says the word or and it's overlapping, then this was where it kind of gets a little bit confusing. What we don't want to do is we don't want to add up all of the ones in A and all of the ones in B and then forget that there is an overlapping, that you're counting certain things twice. We don't want to count them twice. So you either have to add all of A, all of B, and subtract the overlap, or you can think of it as the only in A plus the only in B plus the both A and B. That would work. I think that makes a lot more sense than sometimes subtracting the thing that you're counting twice. You're counting this little piece and that little piece twice if you do all of this and all of that together. So I think that makes a lot of sense. The last word that they use in this worksheet that you haven't talked about before is the word not. If it says not, it means everything else besides this. Okay, so let's get into some examples. This is on the worksheet that you guys have in front of you. Numbers 2 and numbers 3. Decide if each of the pairs of events are mutually exclusive, meaning they cannot happen at the same time. You're going to circle yes or you're going to circle no. Event A, you wore blue yesterday. Event B, wore yellow yesterday. Are those mutually exclusive? Can you do both of those at the same time is what you're trying to figure out. Can you wear blue and yellow at the same time? Can you wear blue the first half of the day and yellow the second half of the day if you change? Are they mutually exclusive, yes or no? The answer is no for number 2. Because you can do those at the same time. Number 3 says, event A is being born in Fresno. Event B is being born in Atlanta, Georgia. Can you do those at the same time? No, you cannot. Which means, is it mutually exclusive? The answer is yes. There's a couple other ones that you're going to have to use your common sense to figure out. Is it one or the other, meaning mutually exclusive? Or can it be both? And if it is both, then say no. Now let's jump to number 10. I chose to do numbers 10 through 14 with you. We'll do them all. It says, are event C and D mutually exclusive? The word mutually exclusive means you're either in one or you're in the other, that there is no overlap. You look at the picture, I see overlap. Are these mutually exclusive? I would say nope. Now, when it has the letter P, it means what's the probability? What are the chances of? So, what are the chances of choosing a person from event C? There's this many people only in event C. There's this many people in event C and D. So if I'm looking for choosing a person from event C, how many people are in event C? There are 20 out of. Now I don't put that on my line yet because I haven't reduced it. Out of, let me see how many people are here. There's 14 plus 6 plus 2, that's 22, plus 13. There are 35 people in this survey or whatever it is that we just did. It's 35 total. So it's always out of the total, don't forget. 20 out of 35 reduces. 20 out of 35 reduces to, divide by 5, you get 4/7. We always put our answer as a fraction in lowest terms. I think that's the easiest way. Then they start getting into these words that you really need to pay attention to, the and the or questions. And means both, or means you can add them up separately. Think of it like this. Choosing a person from event C or event D. C or event D. The people in both are also included in that. These people are in C, these people are in D, but don't count the 6 people twice. It's easiest to add up the 14 plus the 6 plus the 2. The only, and the both. There's 22 out of the 35 that would be in event C or D. There's 13 people who aren't involved with that, by the way. Whatever those 2 events are. We don't know what they are. So I would write that as 22 over 35. Choosing a person from event C and event D. They have to be in both. And means both. 6 is both. 6 out of what? Out of the total. That doesn't reduce. Then 14 has the word not. Choosing a person not from event C and not from event D. Not here nor there. Well, what does that mean? That means the people who weren't a part of that. There were how many that were not a part of it? 13 out of 35. And so as you do this worksheet, you're going to be sometimes using a Venn diagram, sometimes you're going to be using a table, but you're going to have to figure what is it and what is it out of. Pay attention to the words or and. Which then takes us to number 22. 22 is the last one that I'm going to do with you. And it's a good warning for me because I don't know how much probability they're going to teach you in next year's math class, Math 3. But probability are the chances of things happening. And even though you have seen commercials like Tachi Palace, what else is there? Table Mountain. Oh, Chuck Chansey. They are trying, where winning is something. I forget. What does it say? They're trying to convince you that that you come to our casino and you're gonna win. That's what they tell you on commercials. That's what they show you, right? People cheering, laughing. Oh, money, yay! And in reality, the probabilities are always in favor of the house, meaning the odds are always stacked against you. As a math teacher, I would not be treating you right if I didn't tell you, make sure that you realize when you go to a casino, the odds are in favor of the casino winning your money. It's easier not to play. Your chances are better that you'll keep your money. Just saying from a math teacher standpoint. It's like the odds of playing the lottery. Sure, there's a chance you're going to win the lottery. Sure there is. Play the lotto. There's the lotto. You can win $355 million. Yep. And your odds are 1 in a 650 million to win that thing. Just saying. The odds are better to be struck by lightning than they are to win the lotto. Just so you know. Okay? You're more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to actually win the lottery. Probability. Okay? So here is an example of a set of possible outcomes. If I roll a white number cube and a red number cube, meaning a pair of dice, they're different colors so you can know that one dice is this color, one dice is this color, one die. You might get a 1 and a 1, a 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, and so you might get all these different possible combinations. They're listed for you here. The odds of you rolling the sum of these two numbers, the 7 or a 7 or a 7 or a 7, the sum of a 7, the sum of a 7, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways you can roll the sum of a 7 out of 36 possibilities. If you're a person who plays the game of craps in a casino, you have a 1 out of 6 chance, 1 out of 6, of rolling a 7 on your first roll. Just so you're aware. And the question that I decided to ask you or do with you is number 22. It says, if event A is rolling doubles and event B is a sum of 7, are the two events mutually exclusive? Explain your reasoning. If you roll a 1 and a 1, that's doubles. 2 and a 2, that's doubles. 3 and a 3, 4 and a 4, 5 and a 5, 6 and a 6. And rolling doubles, and the other event is a sum of 7 and sum of 7, sum of 7, sum of 7, sum of 7, sum of 7. There's no other places where there's a sum of 7 nor where there are doubles. Are they mutually exclusive? Is it impossible to be in both groups at the same time? My answer? Yes, it's mutually exclusive. Explain your reasoning. Look at all the doubles. I'm going to put it like this, doubles. No other place are there doubles. look at the sum of 7. Let's do that in blue. Is it possible to be in the blue group and in the red group at the same time? Nope. They were close with the 4 and the 3 and 3 and the 4, but it has to be a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4. So what's my reason? Why is this mutually exclusive? There are no doubles. With a sum of 7. I hope that makes sense to you. And my advice for you? Casinos? Save your money. Even though it seems fun, you might get lucky. Some people get lucky. The odds are in favor of them winning and not you, just so you know. Okay.